This year's Portland Sunday Parkways season is kicking off this Sunday, May 17th. Presented by Kaiser Permanente, you can join your community in biking, walking, scooting, rolling, whatever, in car-free streets for 5 glorious hours starting at 11 a.m. And this time, it's in Southwest Portland. There'll be food, family-friendly activities, community booths, local vendors, and live entertainment for a 2-mile stretch, including Gabriel Park, Village Park, Multnomah Arts Center, Multnomah Village, and Spring Garden Park. For the full Sunday Parkway schedule, event information, and ways to get involved, head over to portland.gov/Sunday Parkways. That's portland.gov/Sunday Parkways. I know Portland takes pride in our DIY culture, but you don't always have to do it yourself. TaskRabbit has been helping Rose City residents for over a decade with everything from furniture assembly to minor home repairs. And their app is super easy to use, so you can quickly get paired with a list of skilled taskers in your neighborhood who've already been rated and reviewed. Plus, there's transparent pricing, so there are no surprises at checkout. Cross those nagging home to-dos off your list, enjoy your weekend, download the TaskRabbit app, or visit taskrabbit.com today. Today on CityCast Portland, it's our very first live taping, and we're coming at you from the beautiful Paris Theater located in downtown's brand new Pink District. That's right. Joining me on this glorious 503 day is author and Willamette Week reporter Brianna Wheeler. Our very own executive producer, John Notarianni. Perfect. And our city's very own city council president, Jamie Dunphy. Plus, 60 or so of our CityCast Portland neighbors. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Before we get into it, cue the music. This is CityCast Portland. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Being that we're taping this live in front of an audience, today's show is just going to be a little different. We're starting things off with a little competition. Now, it's just going to be among John, Brianna, and myself, involving brilliant ideas for possible city revitalization projects. Councilor Dunphy here will be our judge. After a winner is crowned, we will then have the opportunity to get some real answers from one of our city's top leaders. That's you. Everything from how our city council is working together to concerns we should be having about our city's upcoming budget cycle. And to cap things off, we have a homemade game show that Brianna put together for all of us to play, and all I know is that it involves donuts and bridges. So no clue what's gonna happen there, but I do hear the winner gets donuts, so I'm personally very excited.
Get invested.
Now, normally before we jump into the show, I have an opening question, but we decided that turning that opening question into this competition, judged by one of our top city leaders, would just be a lot more fun and a really productive use of Jamie Dunphy's time. So,
I'm a civil servant. My time is yours. You guys
perfect.
Feel free to take it.
So guys, here's what I'm wondering about today. Now that we have a pink-like district, which Mayor Keith Wilson will be officially kicking off at 5:03 p.m. today. What other area in the city would you most like to see revitalized and turned into a district? And what would this new revitalized district look like? What would it need in terms of infrastructure in order to make it successful? What kinds of things could we do there? Would it have a cool new name? So we're each going to get around 3 minutes to make a case for our idea, and then Jamie is going to pick the one he thinks is the best one, and then he's going to make it happen.
Absolutely. This is done deal.
Great.
Money's no option.
Awesome.
You all heard it.
We're not kidding. Okay. Okay, so who wants to go first?
I can kick us off. I can jump in first. So, all right. pink light district, this new sort of focus on downtown and entertainment. And we've been talking a lot about the night mayor and the idea of more nightlife in the city and how we just really need to just bring more vibrancy back to Portland's neighborhoods. I've been thinking that we should designate actual night districts in the city. We should take parts of the city and say, this is going to be a new hub for nightlife in Portland. I think Montevilla should be the first one. All right, it's so hard picking a neighborhood. I'm gonna make somebody happy and I'm gonna piss somebody else off. But that guy is like, yeah, Montevilla. All right, I got one. I feel like that's a neighborhood that already kind of has, it's just on the edge of that vibrancy. And if we were to like improve the lighting, put more transit in, really like invest in building new public spaces, maybe like an outdoor stage like we have here in Ankeny Alley, and just make it a place where businesses are really encouraged to invest and start some real entertainment business programming that could be really, really cool. Start in Montevilla, put a couple more across the city in different places, and I think the kicker would be, let's get like late night rapid transit going between these hubs around the city. So like downtown, Montevilla, maybe, St. John's and back until 3 a.m.
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we gonna do about...
And Jamie Dunphy's band can play every Friday night.
Every Friday night.
Done. Perfect.
And he gets free beer.
Sold. Okay, done.
You're cheating. I do wonder what we're gonna do about Stark. I mean the street.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling big like pedestrian-only walkway vibes. Like, just like shut it down. Maybe even just like in the evenings from like 5 till midnight, it is just like a pedestrian plaza.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, is that a possibility? Because to me, that's a main arterial road from like the hills. And...
Right.
I mean, if I get free beer, yeah, it's absolutely
Okay,
possible.
great.
You heard it.
All right. I thought that was a pretty solid idea.
Really solid.
Yeah. All right, Brianna.
The bar is
we're gonna
incredibly
have
high.
applause. Oh, John gets an applause. Okay.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God. Okay.
Yeah, John, that was a really great idea. I guess I'll just follow that with my idea. Okay, Honorable President Jamie Dunphy, please receive this message on
Received.
your gentle ears.
Receiving.
Okay. I propose some updates to the Jade District, right, which is already a cultural hub in the city, but it has like awesome food options, awesome cultural like integration options, but the traffic is so, please forgive my my language now, President, Councilman, Honorable Mr. Dunphy. The traffic is bullshit. You can't fucking walk for shit. Pedestrian are like totally forgotten about. But if we could improve pedestrian access, improve public transit access, if we could lean into the cultural heritage of that area and maybe create some new outdoor spaces where we can have our plate lunches from Hong Fat outside on a beautiful summer afternoon. Also, this is my pièce de résistance of my idea.
Okay.
Is that what would these kind of gnarly corridors of 82nd, what would they look like if they were park blocks? What if we just said, fuck cars, and we made cherry blossom park blocks? How honored would the community be? I mean, with the same story of the cherry blossoms on the waterfront, bring that motherfucking energy over to the Jade District.
Right.
Come on. You know I'm right. I'm not gonna give you free beer, but you know I'm right.
Brianna, you're so right that actually the previous city council largely approved that already. That's largely the vision for 82nd along that area. That walkable streets, more foliage, more trees, more small businesses, more places for people to congregate. That is all happening. Better public transit, all of that is happening in the next couple of years here. So
I win.
You've already won.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay, this is.
Curveball.
I love that your idea was something that already exists. So. But you know what? We all dream together. It's fine. I will say though, this feels like a drum roll to my idea. So here's my idea, guys. So you know the Southwest Park blocks between the Portland Art Museum, the Schnitzer, and the Oregon Historical Society? That's actually considered our unofficial cultural district. Did you know that? No. I mean, one person nodded. Okay, so that strip already has insane potential. Technically, it starts at Szymanski Park, and it spans 12 blocks down to PSU, where we have our Saturday morning market. Now, We see glimmers of this strip, like what it could be during the Portland Book Festival. The PSU Farmers Market, of course, and I even saw some interesting outdoor activations when Pam had their Rothko gallery opening. But here's the thing, that area is not pulling the same kind of foot traffic on the daily. And when it's not being used in conjunction with some kind of cultural event, it becomes a hangout spot for some pretty antisocial activities. And that kind of turns people off from that whole area all together, unless they're specifically visiting one of those spaces I mentioned, but you already have to have investment in one of those spaces. Does that make sense? I don't think that it's like anyone could just jump in. Now, Portland Parks and Rec manages a good swath of those blocks, and so does PSU. I think we should encourage the surrounding businesses and institutions to adopt whatever block they're near and help imagine events and activations that could work as extensions to their services. And for example, a more permanent art market that local artists and makers could participate, situated in front of the Portland Art Museum. Pam already has, if you didn't know, a awesome yearly print sale, and they have DJs and they have music. They really try to make it a thing, right? What if we turn that weekend party into like an extended year-round or seasonal thing that happens? What about an outdoor stage that featured live performances organized by Portland 5 Centers for the Art? A seasonal beer and food garden and or food pod that was incorporated into the blocks. Actual play areas for kids. Downtown has like almost none in all of downtown. So we're just gonna lean into what that space already has, which is beautiful park blocks. And it's so funny because it's like one step away from Jade, but it's not quite there yet. And we all kind of know that, right? Like at night when you go to the Schnitzer and you walk around and you see the beautiful lights and you're like, I wish there was just like more, that I would hang out here all night if I could hang out here all night. So that's kind of my idea, is I'm envisioning our city's official arts and cultural district, and not just in name, but in action. I think we could give Portland a real shot of a thriving night market.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What if we're part of that little loop?
Rapid bus.
Yeah, that's
right
what
in
I'm saying,
between.
that's what I'm saying.
I love this idea. And while you were talking, I had sort of one idea to like really like crystallize it. Let me know if you want to adopt this into your idea. You can have it. Bouncy castles, like a bouncy castle on every block, themed to the block. A like art bouncy castle, and then a whatever's in the next block bouncy castle. I think it's a great idea.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely an idea for sure. There was an idea there.
I feel like bouncy castles are an idea we should aspire to. That sounds like something that we can get there. But I've also seen some gross stuff happen in the park blocks, so maybe we don't open with the bouncy castle.
Don't you have to have bare feet to get in a bouncy castle? I'm not trying to deal with all of these strangers'
Oh my
nasty,
God.
ashy feet.
We have
John,
12 city council members. They can figure this out
my God.
amongst themselves.
How are we dealing
I
with the
think.
feet? How are we dealing with the feet, President?
There's no way to deal with the feet.
This is not part of my idea. I don't know why
Sucks.
we're going
I'm out.
there. This was nowhere near what I was saying.
No. Claudia, I love your vision.
Yes.
I love the idea of a vibrant, walkable downtown that feels safe and active, but also, I'm an East Side guy.
So you're feeling more East Side
I gotta
love?
say, downtown has had a lot of attention for a lot of years. If we're doing something special, I gotta look out east. Now, 82nd Avenue, beautiful vision. Cultural center, way we can connect with the community, way we can embrace the community that only really grew there because it was the last place we could afford to live. Make it walkable, make it friendly for families. But Brianna, that's also already kind of happening. So I look forward to you being on the steering committee of that. Thank you for volunteering.
I will get back to you with the payment options. You can do Venmo,
Brilliant.
PayPal,
Brilliant.
Square, I guess, if you want.
Good. So I got to give it to John, though. I think the idea of taking
Oh my God, he did not
outside
bring
of the
his
downtown
own.
core,
Yes.
getting activated tonight. I love it. I love it. We got to get people out of their houses. We got to get them out into the streets. We got to give them music and art and small businesses for reasons to be there. We got to get food. And we got to do it outside of the downtown core. John, good job.
Thank you, President
All
Dunphy.
right, we got
Thank you for the honor.
Yeah. What district do you represent again?
Well, I represent District 1, so technically Montevilla is,
Oh, what is Montevilla?
on the other side.
Bias.
But see, my vision
Bring me Olivia Clark.
is that She's east
She'll
side.
listen to this idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. But see, John's idea could
Zimmerman!
bleed across the freeway into Mall 205. It's so unpopular.
No, it's
unlimited.
great. That's great.
It's
It's a great
brilliant
idea.
idea.
All right, so I
He heard the
believe
free beer. That's how
The free beer.
to say
It was the
it,
free
and then
beer. I
the
stopped
free-
listening after that.
you guys, I present you our winner, John Notarianni.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, City Council President Jamie Dunphy is going to answer some questions. Did you know May is National Bike Month? And it's Oregon, so of course we have a ton of ways you can celebrate. Like this Friday, May 15th, is the official Bike to Work Day. And the Oregon Department of Transportation wants you to stay safe out there. So if you haven't been on your bike for a couple of seasons or are new to the area, get reacquainted with our local traffic laws. Bicyclists follow the same rules as motorists. Remember to remain alert, always wear a helmet, use lights, and wear bright reflective clothing, especially for night riding. And if you don't know your bike hand signals, learn them. They keep you and everyone on the road safe, including other riders. For more tips on how to stay safe and more on statewide events, head over to OregonBikeWalk.org. That's www.OregonBikeWalk.org.
When the unexpected happens, a serious injury, a catastrophic crash, or even a wrongful death, the impact isn't just personal. It can affect families, neighborhoods, and the safety of our entire community. In those moments, you deserve more than legal help. You deserve advocates committed to making Portland safer for everyone. At Diamore Law Group, you're not just getting a lawyer. You're getting a trial team led by veteran attorney Tom Diamore, who has spent over 30 years holding corporations, negligent drivers, and unsafe institutions accountable. From investigating what went wrong to bringing in experts and taking cases all the way to trial, they do the work it takes to protect their clients and prevent the next tragedy. And you don't pay unless they win. Contact Diamore Law Group at 503-222-6333 or visit Diamore Law to schedule a free consultation. They're here to stand up for individuals and for a safer Portland.
Well, before we get into things, Jamie, I got to ask, how's your new role going? Because you very, very publicly shared it was not a desire of yours to be City Council President, yet here we are, City Council President Jamie Dunphy.
Yeah, I hate it. I mean, I was not kidding. It was not a role I wanted. It was not a role I was in any way seeking. And it's been incredibly hard in ways that I was not prepared for. But you know what? This city is worth it. Things feel like they're moving forward if my efforts are actually getting the city council to pass big things like we have in the last few weeks. It's worth the sacrifice, and I only have 34 more weeks to go until I can be done.
I'm imagining a big calendar, kind of like an advent calendar, but it's at the end, it's you not being.
Absolutely, that is
Okay.
it. Yeah,
So-
we're gonna party.
we're gonna party. There's a bit of concern about our city council being able to effectively pass city legislation. I know you said in the past few weeks things have gotten a little better, but we're getting to one of the biggest pressure points, which is our city budget. There's the sheer number of councilors, the different personalities. How are things going, in your opinion, compared to last year?
You know, I think compared to last year, I think things are going better.
Okay.
I think that the first year was always going to be messy.
Yeah.
We were 12 people who did not really know each other. We had no professional bookends on our behavior. We didn't really know how a bill becomes a law. People were still figuring out that there was a difference between the Water Bureau and the Sewer Bureau. I don't know why there's a difference between the Water Bureau and the Sewer Bureau, but they were figuring it out.
Yeah.
It was always going to be messy, and it was. This year has continued to be messy, but it is messy in a way that is moving towards something constructive, I really think. It feels like we are building something, and that is always a hard process. We made a lot of very bold, strong decisions last year during the budget process, a lot of big, unnecessary fights that ultimately didn't serve people well because we didn't know each other and we needed to establish ourselves. But this year, I really am feeling like generally there is an idea that we are moving forward as a body, that we are moving forward towards a similar goal. But the circumstances also really necessitate that. The budget situation is bad, and there are no good answers. There's no more couch cushions for us to check and see if there are ways we can delay some really hard decisions. We're going to make some hard decisions this year, and everyone is sort of bracing themselves for that.
Right. I mean, you guys really are building the boat as you sail, so some of that friction was expected. We just have such good local journalism that we know right down to the snacks that you're eating, which is kind of amazing. Shout out Sophie Peel. I'm actually looking forward to this budget cycle because I am hoping for that growth, and I'm hoping to see just a different approach from everyone. But this is good. I mean, it could just be lip service, but I'm loving it, so thank you for that.
Hold me accountable to if it's not. I mean, it's going to be, these are some strong personalities. It is truly me trying to herd cats who do not want to be herded. Most cats don't want to be herded. That's the point of the metaphor, Jamie. But they're strong personalities and folks who have real opinions about how things should work. And that's actually a really good thing. We're actually seeing opinions at city council that have never been there. And we want these tension points. Lawmaking should be hard. It shouldn't be a rubber stamp to just pass a bill. It should take weeks of debate to actually say what is the right path forward and to try and convince each other. It's annoying that there's 12 people so we can end in a tie. That means you have to work a little bit harder and you have to get a path and you have to work with somebody who maybe you don't want to work with. And I actually think that's a really good thing. I think a lot of our problems we're dealing with right now is that the old form of government, it was pretty easy to pass laws. You had to convince 2 people to do it. And most of the time they were disinterested in details. So I really think that what we are building is worth the pain that we're dealing with short term.
I have a question. So speaking of divisive ideas, bringing new ideas to the table, I was wondering where you're sitting on the idea of a nightmare, not like a nightmare, but like a entertainment director for evening activities.
I'm actively working on it right now.
Tell me about the roadblocks that you think you're facing, or...
Well, the biggest one, first of all, is just money. We don't have any money. We're going in the opposite direction. We're not hiring people. And I actually, in my prior life to being an elected official, I was on the board of Music Portland. I had a podcast on the Portland Radio Project that we had an entire episode about nightmares, and I talked to folks about what works in other cities and what doesn't. It was inspired by your all's episode with the Philadelphia nightmare. But,
really?
Yeah.
Us?
Absolutely.
La, 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 la.
We got a little
know.
nerdier than y'all,
We
though.
knew.
We got deep in the weeds. Financial issues are the first challenge. Being able to create a new position while we are cutting other positions is really hard, but the need is obviously there. Trying to understand structurally where would this live? The city has an economic development agency, Prosper Portland, but they aren't part of the city government. And what I understand from talking with the nightmares in New Orleans and Seattle is that this person has to be in government. They have to be able to go and pound their fist on a desk and demand that this water bureau permit get issued. The person cannot be a volunteer. It cannot just be a cheerleader. It's not a ceremonial position. And so those are the biggest challenges that I've seen, is we have to fit this into the structure at a time when we are cutting otherwise. But it is true that right now there's nobody in government whose job it is to pay attention to what happens after 5 o'clock at night. And so much of our economy happens after 5 o'clock at night. We're running full speed at this right now. The mayor is all in. He was really excited about it.
Really?
He even likes the name Night Mayor, which is...
Really?
Yep.
Not mayor of the night, as I proposed.
Yep.
Mayor
yep.
of the night is so much hornier.
I feel like
think
mayor
that's-
of the night.
That sounds more like a vampire, but...
Mayor of the night.
Yeah, I like that
So
a lot.
does nightmare. That sounds like a
Nightmare
vampire too.
Also sounds terrifying. There's no non-terrifying answers. There's boring answers. But so I want to make it happen. Everything is focused on the budget right now. That's the biggest obstacle. Hopefully, if we can figure out how to pay for this person, and I have some ideas of how to raise some money to pay for things like that. But we obviously need to pay attention to our nighttime economy because that is what every other major city in the country is doing right now.
It's interesting thinking about where we are with our city budget, really just sort of being in this position where we feel like we are going to make some hard cuts in this next budget cycle. But at the same time, there's this huge investment that's happening in the Moda Center and in the future that is happening there. And I think you're in such an interesting position because before you were on city council, a lot of what you were working on was pushing back against Live Nation and the sort of scope of creep of these giant venues coming in and knocking out mom and pop small venues like this, places that are really the bread and butter of live entertainment in Portland. So now that you're in the job, now that we're looking at this huge investment in venues like the Moda Center to really push forward our entertainment and cultural economy on a big scale, how are we going to balance that with the needs of small venues like this that aren't going to be able to get the political power to push through huge initiatives?
Absolutely. Totally fair question. I don't want to give money to billionaires. End of sentence. But the Moda Center is the city of Portland's property. We own it. We should never have bought it. It should never have been ours, but we do. It is now our problem to deal with, and we've never put money into it. The way we're going to do it, I'm trying to step up a process that is going to be transparent and accountable to the public, that includes your voices, that includes town halls, that includes regular feedback, that includes accountability on it. Because it cannot be a blank check to a billionaire who is, because they are threatening our city. That cannot be the way that we do things. I want to just be a little bit more specific about it, because people, the details really do matter here. The conversation that we're having about investing in the Moda, when the team gets sold, the city gets taxes from that, because that's when you sell things, you pay taxes on them. The city wants to invest the money that we get in taxes, about $50 million, back into the venue. That makes sense to me. We want to invest the money from the parking garages and the user fees that you get every time you buy a ticket, like 50 cents of it goes to the city as a user fee. That should be invested in the maintenance of the facility. Right now, it doesn't have a maintenance fund. We own it. We should invest that.
It needs an HOA is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here comes
The
conservative
big
Claudia.
controversial part of it is, and that's over a 20-year period. And so the big chunk of it isn't that we're giving up front cash, is that for the next 20 years, we will continue to invest the money from the parking garages into the maintenance of the facility. That seems reasonable to me. The most controversial part is the question of about $75 million that the mayor has proposed to spend from the Portland Clean Energy Fund.
Right.
I will not support that in any capacity unless the Portland Clean Energy Fund committee says, yes, we want to support that, and we have identified what we're going to not support in our climate investment plan. If it's not up to them, if they don't come to us and say, yes, this is a thoughtful investment in Portland's future, then I will not support it and I will not move it forward. We will figure out how to pay the rest of that gap in some other way, but this is going to be an open process. It's going to be public. It's going to be accountable. No decisions have been made. No negotiations have begun. There's not even a table at this point to discuss the scope of things. I am trying to move as intentionally, which some people are saying is slowly, but I'm trying to move thoughtfully and intentionally to bring the whole community along towards a deal that actually benefits our community for the long term.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate the thoughtfulness of that answer. But I do want to sort of get back to the other side of it, of like small venues. 'Cause
Absolutely.
You've been outspoken with a lot of ideas over the years about changing noise ordinances, about, trying to make some changes in our city code that is going to make places like this more viable and easier for their owners to make it work. And I'm wondering what is in the pipeline right now. Yeah.
Well, a couple things. So this Wednesday, first of all, the Portland City Council is hearing my proposed reforms of the arts tax. Everybody in the city loves art, everybody in the city loves kids, and everybody hates the arts tax. We're gonna fix it.
I'm sorry, can we just give it up for hating the arts tax? There we go.
I'm not gonna get rid of the arts tax, though. Because, well, okay, you want to go, you go look in the eyes of all those students who get arts class and tell them they don't get to have arts class anymore. I'm not doing that. Y'all voted for it. But I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make it more sustainable. And if folks are interested in learning more, they're welcome to come on Wednesday to learn. But we're trying to fix some of the big problems. But the pot of money that goes to pay for artists is diminishing in that. And so I have been having a conversation and looking around the country at what is working elsewhere. And I'm really interested in this model out of Chicago. It's a streaming entertainment services fee.
You're going to tax Netflix?
I'm going to tax your Netflix.
You're going to tax Netflix.
I'm gonna
how do you feel about that, Claudia? Do you like that idea?
If you paid
Do
a
like it?
quarter
Do
more
you like
on
it?
your
Do you
Netflix,
like it?
You know
Speak
how
on
much
it.
I love new taxes.
You love taxes, I know that.
I cannot wait to be taxed on Netflix.
Here's the thing. Audiences have not returned to post-COVID or pre-COVID levels, right? Every venue like this is seeing about 70 to 80% of the numbers they saw in 2019. We have to get people out of their houses and into the public square. And right now there's a lot of reasons not to be in the public square. But as you were saying in your brilliant ideas, the way we get to public safety and true economic development is by being around each other and making those spaces safe with our own physical presence. So I want to take all of the dollars that would be raised from a streaming entertainment services tax and dedicate it towards things that get people out of their houses, live performance, live entertainment, putting people into vacant spaces. I mean, if we could take a dance troupe and give them a practice space in the old Nike store instead of having it be boarded up windows, and we could help cover that, that's economic development. That's interesting to be around. That encourages public safety. I think that we could really be very intentional and targeted in how we talk about the arts, because one of my biggest criticisms of this city is that we talk about the arts as this twee little precious thing that we hold in our hands, and it feeds our souls, and it makes us feel good about ourselves. But that makes it the first thing that gets cut out of budgets. If we talk about it as public safety and jobs and economic development, then nobody's going to question you. And that is absolutely the kind of city that I know I want to live in, and I think most people want to see. They want to have a reason to get out of their houses
Come
and
on,
enjoy
guys,
this
let's
place.
give that up.
Put some respect on this man's name right
Yeah.
now, yes.
Oh,
I like it. I like
yeah. So we're talking like how much a year now then?
Can we tax specific shows, maybe? Maybe like Tiger King.
Are you
know,
saying so?
like-
35 a year now. Now this arts tax is going to be what now? Huh?
So the arts tax is definitely going to go up. You want to talk? We can talk specifics about arts tax.
Okay.
Arts tax didn't have an inflation indicator, right? $35 bought a lot more teachers in 2012 than it buys in 2026. What year is it? So we have to fix it. But in the same process, I'm actually going to be exempting about 40-ish% of the people who currently have to pay it. Right now, if you make $1,000, if you're a babysitter and you make $1,000 a year in the city, you're paying the arts tax. But we are trying to make it so that, well, one, trying to make sure we don't get sued and lose the entire thing, but also make sure that this is sustainable and not making a huge jump. So if this had been tied to inflation all along, $35 would have turned into about $50. It will go up to about that. We're also making it so that you pay by the household instead of individuals, making it
sounds
easier
good.
to pay, making
Yeah.
it part of TurboTax. If you're paying your annual taxes, you can click a little button and include that there now. Trying to make it as easy as possible and actually sustainable for the long term, and tie it to inflation going forward.
I think here's the deal. Here's what I think, guys. Is like, I'm okay with taxes if they go for things that we are feeling are good for the community. And the thing about the arts tax is that people weren't seeing that return on investment. So my concern in raising the arts tax is that there's still no infrastructure there.
Yeah, well, it's not the infrastructure isn't there, it's that the transparency isn't there. Part of this also is, truly, this tax was poorly crafted at the very beginning, and the definitions didn't line up with basic things in the IRS tracks. We're fixing all those definitions. We're defining what are we actually getting for our dollars. We're asking the schools, define what high quality arts education means. Show us that. Report it out in a robust way. Many of the basic tenets of this law have never been enacted the way that they were supposed to.
Right.
Part of that is the city didn't do their job. Part of it's the weird form of government. Part of it was COVID. Part of it was the way we did it in the very beginning with trusting a nonprofit called RAC to handle it. They did it for many years. Things are improving to demonstrate to the community, because I think you're absolutely right. People are willing to be taxed if they can see that the benefits are actually improving the community. We need to know that these dollars are actually paying for things that we said they were going to pay for.
Accountability.
And we can
Yeah.
demonstrate it publicly. And in fact, right now, if I understand, at the art museum, there's a display of Portland Public Schools student art that they created in class. But for this arts tax, they would not have that arts education. So I completely agree. We got to make it demonstrated every single day to every single person that this is worth your time and money.
Awesome. All right, well, let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, Brianna's going to take us away.
Oh, I'm going to take you so not that far, but it's going to be so fun.
Awesome.
For this wonderful, completely made up, but also totally legit holiday, producer Julia and I made up a totally made up, but also fully legit game that we're all gonna play together, and it is called Bridge Nuts. Woo!
Bridge nuts.
Bridge Nuts. Okay.
I know this. I'm sorry. I know this is Julie. Do you know how many D's nuts jokes Julia tries to sneak into every episode and we have to cut? And every new episode, she's like, but this is the one, right? I'll get my D's nuts joke. And this is the closest she's come. That's all. All right.
Okay, so what we have done is we have matched 4 of Portland's most iconic bridges with 4 of Portland's most iconic exports, Voodoo Doughnuts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you hints And it's up to you to guess the perfect pairing of bridge and donut.
Okay.
Love match vibes. You got it?
Okay.
Are we good? Okay. First up, we have Burnside.
I know her.
Do you know her? This gorgeous diva is celebrating her 100th birthday this year. Clap for her. Clap for her. Yes.
Yeah.
So she's got a bit of a hard-edged reputation, but she is so fucking fragile. She will crumble. She will fucking crumble if you get under her earth. So she's getting a facelift soon. Her likes include bold pedestrian tourists. Her dislikes include bikes. Next up, we've got the Steel Bridge. Yes, look at her, she's so pretty. Ow. Okay, so even though she's only the second oldest in her cohort, she has fierce, big sister energy. So now, even at her big age, it's more like childless, elderly, rich aunt energy.
Okay.
Very sexy. She loves to get a train run on her.
What?
Don't be gross. All right, her likes include springtime cherry blossoms and Disney adults. I don't know. And her dislikes include children. Straight up. All right, next we have Broadway. That's my bitch right there. I love her. Okay, this double truss bascule bridge is the longest span of bascule design type in the world. That's this bridge. Yeah, y'all learned something more else even today. Get into it. So she is like a rare global beauty, right? So we have to remember that when we're thinking of her match. Her match also has to be a rare global beauty. Her likes include rollerbladers. Her dislikes include tire fires. Next, we've got Hawthorne. Oh, she's a cutie patootie too. Okay, this is arguably the most romantic bridge for like bike ride dates, because clock the connection to the East Bank Esplanade. Hawthorne is the oldest vertical lift bridge that's still in operation in America, so you better put some respect on her name too. Get into it. Her likes include yacht tubs, obviously, and her dislikes include mopeds. Don't even try it. No. Don't even fucking try it. All right, now let's meet our bachelor batch of donuts. Yeah, wordplay, right?
Voodoo
Okay, first
doll.
up we have Mr. Voodoo Doll. This vegan is the unofficial mascot for Portland, and this is a fun dude to bite the head off of. If you're feeling misandrist that day, bite his head off. It's fine. His likes include cursing your entire bloodline and his vegan lifestyle. His dislikes include diabetes. Next up, we've got the Maple Blazer Blunt. Yes. Tourists will eat this and then smoke a blunt at the same time, and you can make a Portland core memory that way. You walk through a portal. This fool's likes include Afro Man, because I got high, because I got high, and also backwoods. And his dislikes include drug wars, as should yours. Next up, we have the Old Dirty Bastard. And y'all know, Voodoo Donut was out of pocket for this. They were out of pocket to name this the Old Dirty Bastard. They really were. In my opinion, I guess. Apparently, you guys are into it. That's fine too, I guess. So ODB's likes include money. Damn, y'all not fans? What's
Cream,
up?
come on now. Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Okay, well,
It's fine, it's fine. I gotcha.
Thank you. His dislikes include, you're not gonna get it, but the FBI and Inspector Deck. Next up, we have the cock and ball. Speaking of out of pocket,
Well,
I mean,
I'm sorry, but what?
Have you not seen one?
No, I've seen the donut, but what the hell is that?
Look, they come in all shapes and sizes. Don't be a cock and ballist.
Okay,
Claudia.
oh my God.
Likes include ballet, poetry, long walks on the beach. Dislikes include almond moms. Yeah, like, you know those moms are like, don't eat sugar, don't eat the donut. You hungry? Have a couple almonds.
Almond. Okay, I heard almond bombs. And
I don't
that's,
think he
did you
likes
hear
them
almond
either.
bombs?
All right, think about it. Put some thought into these pairings. Who do these bridges love?
Okay.
Who is the perfect match for these bridges? Think about it with your heart and your mind and your soul and your body and your feet everywhere. They've got notes, they've got cheat sheets.
This is challenging. I've been sort of like jotting down some notes as I go. I did want to share a story about the Cock and Balls donut. I recently, my partner's 7-year-old nephew, we took them to Voodoo Doughnuts. And he was like, well, what is that, Mommy? And right off, without missing a beat, they go, oh, it's a T for Teddy, like you.
Oh, the innocence of child. How sweet.
Did Teddy get one?
No, Teddy got an old dirty bastard.
Okay.
Out of pocket. Oh my God.
Sometimes you know where they're going young, you can just tell.
Oh, he sounds cool. I'm gonna hang out with him.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Any other questions before I start revealing these matches that we worked so hard on these?
Is the idea that there are correct answers and I can get this wrong.
Oh.
Yes.
I can fail here.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's made up and the points mean nothing, but you could still fail.
All right. Well, let's just go for it. I'm going Maple Blazer Blunt for Burnside. I mean, maybe not the bridge itself, but like it's right past this corridor right here. I mean, Dante's, Roseland Theater. I mean, to me, that is like Maple Blazer Blunt territory.
Okay, I see it. Good answer. President?
Yeah, I think Burnside's got to be the old dirty bastard.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Why are you clapping?
Yeah, no, more clapping. I'm right.
I'm just joking. You can play along too. Who agreed with that? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
all three of you. Woo!
All right. I think Burnside is going to be Voodoo Doll. And not just because it's in the same order written down. But when I think of a classic Portland bridge, I do think of Burnside, and I think it's the entryway into downtown. And when I think of classic Voodoo Donut, I think a Voodoo Doll.
That's a
I
pretty
know,
good
that's
answer.
pretty good,
Also an
right?
excellent answer. Who agrees
Right?
with Claudia?
Okay. Thank you.
Producer
All right.
Julia, let's hit that reveal. The two iconic icons of Portland, baby. You know they're already on postcards together, and they're three-waying with the Made in Portland sign. You got it, Claudia. That's
Oh
5
my
points.
God.
5 whole points that mean nothing. Now, who y'all setting up with Steel Bridge? Who's good enough for her? Who do you think? Steel Bridge, John.
Steel
what do you think?
Bridge, I'm going Old Dirty Bastard. I feel like there is something like both regal and like kind of uncontrollable and ungovernable about the Steel Bridge. Like you're walking along, it like suddenly it starts dinging, it's gonna raise. You never know, like there's bridges, but like then there's a train on it. It's just all over the place. And to me, that's big Old Dirty Bastard energy.
I get it. That's a great answer, John. That's a great answer. Yeah, agreed. Okay. My president?
So immediately, for whatever reason, when I thought of the Steel Bridge, I thought of Cock and Balls. That may be a trauma that I'm tapping into of some sort from the past. I've been in the city for a very long time, but I'm going with Cock and Balls.
Okay, let me give you an example as to why I'm also going to Cock and Balls, because that was trauma. Here is the love. When you described the Steel Bridge, you described her as a fun-loving, fun aunt, cool, just woman around town, right? You described Cock and Balls as a lover of art.
Did I? Oh, yeah,
Poetry.
you love ballet.
You ballet, yeah.
poetry.
And I'm thinking that's a pretty good matchup.
Interesting.
That's what I'm if we're just going dates, like I'm thinking Cock and Balls, Steel.
All right.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Thank you.
Agree?
Thank
Y'all
you.
agree? What y'all think? Oh,
Wow.
you're gonna die
I think
when you
these
get
are
the
old
reveal.
dirty bastard people. All right, what's up?
Okay, let's do the reveal. The Steel Bridges Bay is the Blazer Blunt. That's what, because
Why?
kids could fuck with them, but they don't like kids. It's a blunt, and it's the Steel Bridge. They don't like kids. They
it
would
was
much
the
rather be in the
kids.
club. They're not
Okay.
trying to fuck with your kids.
Oh,
That's why
gotcha.
they're the perfect match.
Because you're thinking, okay, now I see.
I feel like we're
the vision.
halfway through the game and I just figured out how to play this. So thank you.
I did my job then.
So we're gonna have to say Cock and Balls again, Jamie.
I mean,
Say it now.
Cock and Balls.
The president just said cock and balls.
All right.
I love it. Okay, who's up next? Broadway Bridge. Who's her sweetie pie? Who do you think?
Well, I feel like I have no hope in this game unless I start really trying to swing for the rafters here. And I can tell that there is a desire just to get cock and balls into this game as frequently as possible. So I'm going to say that the Broadway Bridge is most closely associated with the cock and balls donut.
Wonderful.
You want to do it together?
Yeah, let's do it
Look
again.
at- One, two, three. Old dirty bastard.
Hey. Dirty. Baby.
Our reasoning is that it's literally written in the same order as you've been presenting, and so now we're catching on and wondering if
we
someone
solve this?
screwed up and gave us the answer key here.
I'm not-
because the first one was Voodoo Doll, correct?
Yeah.
The second one was Maple Blazers
This
Black.
game is very good.
Now the third one is Old Dirty Bastard, so we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see.
I said Rare and Global Beauty.
Amazing.
Rare and Global Beauty.
You guys, Julia, what? Okay,
Julia Fia,
Julia, what the
Ione.
hell?
Give her a round of
Julia Fia, Ione. I love this so much.
Wait, so what does that make the Hawthorne Bridge?
I'm gonna guess. You're never gonna guess.
What is this one, then?
Who's trying to get up into the Hawthorne Bridge as a booty
I've got
call
to guess.
tonight?
I've got to guess, Brianna. I think the Hawthorne Bridge, maybe the cock and balls.
Okay.
Cock and balls.
Is it
What do
cock
you
and
think,
balls?
crowd? Do we agree with John? President?
Again, what is that?
I don't need to explain this. I don't need to explain this at all. This is so romantic. This is so romantic.
Oh, my
Take your
God.
date to the Hawthorne Bridge and ride the bike and then eat a dick donut together.
Wait, like a Disney,
Lady and
like Lady and the
Tramp?
Trampet?
Oh, do we have one? I want to watch
We're
it.
not Lady and
we're
the
not.
Tramping a cock and balls donut.
Not on stage. That's a private thing.
Fair.
Backstage.
Fair.
Private.
Fair. Okay, well, do we have a points tally? Do we have a winner? Oh, snap. Points mean nothing. And it doesn't really matter, but
Is it us?
our winner is Claudia!
I am sharing these donuts. You know what's funny, you guys? I already ate one, so whoever was one would have there's a missing donut, and I would have been like, what happened? What happened? We will have a meet and greet, and you are more than welcome to have some of my donuts, you guys. This is really heavy. How many donuts are there here? Do you want me to?
Well, there's 12 now. There was 13.
There's 12 now, because you ate one of them, Claudia.
In my defense, I did share it with Rachel, so
Blame it on Rachel.
throw you under the bus there. And we did Lady and the Trampet.
Oh, I missed
You
it.
did. You missed it. You missed it. You guys, this was our first live show. This was it. We did it. Brianna, wonderful job. Thank you so much. Julia, thank you. This was hilarious. We had a wonderful time. Jamie, thank you for taking time out of your day to do this with us.
You just want me to say cock and balls one more time on stage. I got it.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. A round of applause for you guys. It really was really special that this was our first live taping and you got to be a part of it, so thank you so much. And thank you to our sound person, Declan. Thank you. You're amazing. Yeah.